Hey fam, here are the ingredients right here. Hey, they'll be listed in the description box below. Now, go pick you up some Granny Smith apples. Now you can do, some pink ladies. You can do some galas, apples like that. You want a firm apple and you'll be in the game. Hey, let's get these peeled, cored, and we're going to get them chopped up. Hey, let me show you a little trick. If you don't want to buy apple core, if you don't own one, hey, this is what you want to do. Hey, take you a sharp knife and you're going to cut your apple in half like that. Now, if you got and mine already did some, so it's a little bit dirty. So if you got a half tablespoon, right, measuring spoon, and you can go into this apple like that, just like you scooping out some ice cream, and then just go around, and then you can core that apple, and then you can take the end pieces off, and you'll be in the game, fam. So here's the debate, fam. How do you cut your apples? So it really don't matter if you like to cube them. Hey, go with what you know. But in this recipe right here, we just gonna finally slice them, and then we gonna let our hand guide our cutting. So when you're choosing your apples to make a delicious apple pie, now I love Granny Smith apples, but what you really want, you want to have a firm apple, right? You don't want nothing that's gonna be soft like a Red Delicious, and I don't even know why they call it Red Delicious because I hate Red Delicious apple. But you want an apple like a Granny Smith, you want a pink lady or a gala apple, and you can mix and combine those apples and make an absolutely delicious apple pie. But for me, a Granny Smith apple pie, hey, yes sir, you in the game. Yes, sir. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my apples in my pan. Now what we want to do is we want to cook these apples and get them tender. And like I said, this is the reason why you want to use a firm apple, because it's not going to fall apart. But when you're making an apple pie, to be honest with you, it comes to, getting the apple tender, and then with the pectin and the ingredients that we'll use, it'll keep these apples a nice texture, and they won't collapse on you when you put either your lattice on it or your dome. You'll be in the game, fam. So cooking them will help you make absolutely delicious apple pie. I'm going in with my sugar. I got some brown sugar, some cinnamon, of course, got some nutmeg and allspice. Then I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of flour. And I'm not working over any heat just yet. Now what I want to do, I also want to zest the lemon, and I'm gonna do this before I squeeze this lemon, because we are going to use some lemon juice, and this is going to brighten up this apple pie, get all that nice little zest off. And we'll use a little bit more, but I want to get these ingredients incorporated. So what we'll do is we'll give these ingredients a stir. Before I turn my heat on, I'm gonna hit it with just a little bit more of that lemon zest. I want to zest all this lemon, and then I'm gonna take my lemon. I'm just gonna squeeze that lemon juice over these apples. Now we're going to fire up our heat. We're going to medium heat. Now this is where the magic happens right here. Now I'm going to add me 1/4 of a cup of water to this pan. I'm also going to add me a little bit of vanilla extract. Hey, we got some heat in this pan. And look right here, fam, this is what you want. You want that absolutely delicious sauce right there. And you don't want it to be too thin. That's why we added that flour. And then that pectin in these apples, they will also help this recipe thicken up just where you need it, fam. And this smells absolutely delicious. And get everything tossed and keep it moving. You don't want anything to burn on you. Now, what I want to do is I want to cook this for about 10 to 15 minutes. Like I said, get them a little bit on the tender side. I don't want to overdo it. Now, once we cook these to where we want them to be, we will remove these from the heat because we need to let these cool. Because if you don't let them cool and you put them on your crust, then you're gonna have a soggy crust, and that's not what you want. You want to have an absolutely delicious crust. Now if your pan gets too hot in the process, hey, you can always reduce your heat down to like a medium low. It depends on what you're working with, what type of pan that you're working with. Again, you don't want this to burn. And if you hear anything like sizzling, then again, you got your pan is a little bit too hot. You want this to come up to a nice little gentle heat. So we've been going for about 10 minutes, and we are in the game. Let me let you see this right here. Hey, look at that. That's going to be an absolutely delicious, when I say delicious, a delicious apple pie filling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this from the pan so it can stop cooking. I'm going to place it in my glass bowl, and then I'm going to let these cool before we go on to the next step. The peel. Now I'm using the Pillsbury pie crust. Now go with the box instructions. You want to bring these up to room temperature, right? Hey, get them out the package. What we're going to do is we're going to make a lattice top. Now you can go with a dome top if you like, but I just love the look of a lattice top apple pie. Now what we want to do, since we got this out room temperature, we're going to open it up, and then this is going to be our pie dish that we're going to be using for this dough that will become a pie crust, right? Gonna unroll it, and then what you want to do is you want to go around gently and put this pie crust on the sides. Now you may have to reposition it, and I'm gonna slightly pull these edges of the pie crust, and you want to be careful. You know, like I said, it got some elasticity to it, but you don't want to break it, so just be careful in that stage. And what we want to do is, hey, look at that right there, get that pie filling in this pie like so. Hey, yes sir. You want to make sure that everything is packed down, and in this right here, this is one of the steps that you really want to pay attention to, because you don't want to have, you know, your pie, if you go with a dome shape, you don't want your pie to sink on you, right? So you want to make sure that your apples are packed in there and packed down. I got me a stick of butter, and I'm gonna take me a couple of tablespoons off, and then I'm just gonna cube this butter, and I'm gonna put it on top of this apple pie filling. Hey, like so. Hey, that's the secret right here that grandma did share with you. Well, she put a little bit of butter in that apple pie, and it made that apple pie absolutely delicious, fam. All right, we're gonna sit this pie to the side here. Now what we want to do is we want to get us a little bit of flour, and we're gonna lightly flour our surface, because we're gonna make us a lattice, and you want to make sure that you can, you know, pick that lattice up without damaging it. Now get your pizza cutter or something that you can score this with, and what you want to do is just go and make even cuts like so. Now this is the reason why I said, hey, have a lightly floured surface so you can remove that piece of lattice like that. Now what you want to do is you want to go kind of off center like so, and then place it down like that. And then this is the reason why you want to let these apples completely cool, because you don't want to, you know, have hot apples and then your lattice start messing up on you. When you get your lattice base done, you want to take, you know, every other like so, fold it back, and then you're gonna place your first piece down, your longest piece, and then you're gonna come like that, like so. Don't have to be perfect, just as long as you make it look absolutely delicious, and you in the game. So again, remember how you did it. Now we're gonna take this one, every other, another piece like that. Bring it back. And you see where we're going? Hey, that looks absolutely amazing, fam. Now, you got your absolutely fantastic lattice. And what you want to do now is you want to fold these pieces underneath, like so. Now we're going to baste this top with this egg wash. Hey, fam, this is going to be absolutely, when I say absolutely delicious apple pie, absolutely delicious. Now, I got me a little bit of sugar and brown sugar. And then what we want to do is we want to take this like so. And then we want to sand this top. We're going in our oven, we're going 425 degrees. Now for the first 15 to 20 minutes of this cook, what I want to do is I want to cover these edges with foil so the edges don't get too brown. And then for the last portion of the cook, I'm going to remove that foil and let this thing become golden brown. I got me some aluminum foil. Like I said, I just want to lightly tint these edges. And again, so you don't damage, if you make a little design on it. And this will keep it from burning your edges while this cooks up, right? So we're going in the oven 425 degrees. All right, fam. So we're halfway through this bake of this apple pie. And what we want to do is we want to remove the tinted foil. So be careful. And as you can see right there, hey, that thing looks absolutely lovely. We got about 20 more minutes to go. We're going to be in the game. Yes, sir. Now, I'm going to bring you in just a little bit, let you see how it's coming along. It's coming along absolute great. Now, we're going to put this back in. It smells good. Let's quit talking. Let's let this thing bake. All right, fam, we are ready to go. We've been going 40 minutes. Hey, look at this thing bubble and go. Hey, we got a little bit on the bottom, and that is okay. I'm going to clean that. But look at this. This is what you want in an apple pie. You see that? Nice golden brown crust. You got that filling that's looking absolutely delicious. Let me turn off my oven there. And what you want to do is you want to let this cool, and you want to let this set up for about 4 hours. Hey, that looks absolutely amazing, fam. I got you in the game. All right, fam, there you have it. You got your absolutely delicious apple pie. Hey, just like grandma made. Now, I gave you the secrets. I gave you some tips to make this absolutely delicious apple pie. Hey, enough of me talking, because it smells good and I got to get me a taste test. But check this out. Hey, you got to get that apple pie with a little bit of that vanilla ice cream, and it's warm too. Hey, cheers, fam. Now that right there, man, that is absolutely delicious. And then with that vanilla ice cream, man, hey, you cannot have a warm slice of apple pie without that vanilla ice cream. Hey, I gotta go in for another bite of this. You are in the game.